All right, hit the notification bell and all videos. Also, check to see if you're still subscribed to the channel. Apparently, some people are being removed that are actually channel members. Weird. But make sure to hit that notification bell after hitting the subscribe button and then all videos.
Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
Did you hear what I said?
It's a house!
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Hello, freakazoids! Oh, that's from last night. The show. We'll just turn that off. But anyways, how's everybody doing today? Crazy. There's Blue and Chloe. Chloe's still not feeling too well. We're going to get some anti-diarrhea medicine or something. I don't know what's going on, but got an appointment for tomorrow again, so not sure what's going on there. But yeah, there's 60 charges. New charges have been filed on Stephan Stearns, which is pretty crazy. None of them seem to involve murder yet, though. I mean, so what they're doing is they're just charging him with all the other accounts that they can prove currently. Day's going okay. Yeah. Hold on. Just trying to turn this thing off over here. Hey, thanks, Kim Berger. And I might be on Court TV later tonight regarding the Madeline Soto case. So that would be the 5th different case that I've been on there for. We'll see. Not sure. Let's see. And so here we go. Let me get to the monitor that has the actual. Not that one. There we go. That one. Oh, let me get rid of that. I don't have to have that on there. My vet had me give nod in my golden. I don't know what that means, but maybe ask about that. What's nod in them? Yeah. Oh, Imodium. Oh yeah, like Imodium AD for dogs. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so anyways, right here. Suspect in Madeline Soto case, this is on News Nation, faces 60 new abuse charges. So police found child sexual abuse material on Stephan Stearns' phone. He allegedly abused Madeline Soto for years. Soto's body found in the woods. Let me turn that thing off right there.
My vet had me give a nod into my golden.
Imodium. Let's see. So Florida prosecutors announced Tuesday. God, everything's not quite working the way I want it right now. They are filing 60 new criminal sex abuse charges against Stephan Stearns a suspect in the death of Madeline Soto. Stearns, who was dating Soto's mother, was first arrested during the search for 13-year-old Soto, who was reported missing after her mother went to pick her up from middle school and found she wasn't there. Yeah, we already know that part. Let's see, down here it says, according to the state attorney's office for the 9th Judicial Circuit, police found additional images and videos showing criminal acts. Stearns is being charged with 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12. So that means they have, 8 different examples on his phone, and that's likely from, of Madeline. 5 counts of sexual battery on a child, so that because that means he's physically doing it, and that's the girl he had access to. On a child 12 to 18, sexual battery on a child 12 to 18. Let's see. What is that saying? Because 18 isn't a child. I don't know if that's referring to 5 counts of sexual battery on a child 12 to 18, 7 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation, and 40 counts of unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child 10 or more. That's crazy right there. I mean, what is that just of her, or is it other people? Like he's actually out there, and then, then it sort of brings up the whole thing: does he have access to some sort of site out there? I remember yesterday I told you that someone let me know that at 4:50 in the morning he was using his phone, on a website that is specifically used by a lot of predators, because you can share documents and it's encrypted, like really difficult for law enforcement to determine where things are from, but he was on that site at 4:50 in the morning, the same morning that Stephan Stearns was throwing the backpack and the laptop in a dumpster. Okay. Let's see. With this being a complex case with many facets, our work is not done, and we are continuing our investigation into the timeline leading up to Madeline's death. So the timeline issue, that's what sort of involves Jen, obviously, right? So they're working up the timeline because it doesn't really make a lot of sense to them. And they've put a lot of the pieces together, which doesn't match whatsoever what Stephan and Jen have been saying. So that's an issue for Jen. I still, I can't tell you whether or not she absolutely has some prior knowledge or anything like that, because as we know, these pedophiles are really good at manipulating people and situations, and get away with it because of how they manipulate the children not to say something, and they always come up with sort of viable excuses so that the mother doesn't really suspect something, right? But as I've been saying on the show, the 8 o'clock sighting of Madeline by Jen is a concerning problem. If it turns out that Madeline is confirmed dead by some scientific method earlier in the evening or morning, then that means she is providing proof of life at a later date or a later time to change the perception of the case to the investigators, right? It's pretty crazy. Let's see. Checking her out before charges for murder. I don't. It'd be hard for her to be charged for murder. I'd be shocked if she gets charged for murder. I'll be just like, whoa, that's crazy. Stephan Stearns is the sick individual He's the pedophile who was, befriended Jennifer, and probably, was working, I don't know if he waited years. We don't know how far back this actually goes, but in that first arrest warrant, we had it going back to, I think, 2022, when she was 11 on her birthday, and then 12, and then 13. Or we don't even know if I guess she was 13 on the date she passed away, because her birthday was the 22nd. The 25th is the birthday party, and then the 26th was when at least he was out placing her body, or dumping her body, for lack of a better term, in some hedges. That means good to see you. Keep on snooping. Live chat overlay. Hold on, let me get this live chat overlay. The screen's going to look dark for a second. Yeah, there we go. Gray, why is the screen dark? Gray, gray, gray. Well, because I just told you it's going to go dark for a second. Let's see. The evidence suggests that he has been doing this for some time, and he has been manipulating people around him successfully for years. Yeah. I mean, look at all of the friends that he's had. I mean, I've had 4 different friends on the show, and they've had similarities in all the stories, but then some crazy stuff. You remember the part where he was collecting semen in vials, and he believed that if the semen was drank by a female, they'd get pregnant. This is like when he was 12 or 13 years old himself, and he apparently liked to bring it to school. He claimed that he had put it into people's drinks. Who cares, Heidi? My God, people are just so ridiculous how they come in here, and they not only they bring up some of the most ridiculous people that cover cases. They just never mind, forget it. Anyways, let me see. Does anyone know if Madeline had siblings? Yeah, a brother, I think. I don't know where the brother was. I mean, it's weird how the brother is completely out of the story. Where is the brother? Was he at the house at the time, or does he live with the other parent? Because there must be a biological father of Madeline. Maybe he lives with her. I don't know, but we don't hear anything about him whatsoever. I mean, we shouldn't be hearing a lot about him, but just the reference that he was there. I thought it was a son, somebody said the other day on the show. I don't have any way of knowing, directly from them. Yeah, so he said that, I think it was Ryan, maybe? R-Y-A-N, Ryan. He said that, he collected the semen, and then also later on there was something about how he was caught standing outside his Ryan's mom's window, and the father came out and almost shot him, and it looked like he was trying to take pictures of Ryan's mom. And then the father, Ryan's father, actually gave Stephan a bullet. All right. So hey, you guys, you know how this show works on here. If you guys like to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, you guys help support the channel, and at the end of each month and during the month, we've already donated out of the income from the channel $1,600. $1,100 of it has gone towards in memory of her honor in this case. And then, we just did rain the other night too of 500, so we're doing well this month again. So if you'd like to help out a channel that actually gives back, that'd be great. Thank you. Dated a guy who had a disturbed son. We had to break up because I scared Harvey kids. Yeah, what's weird is I dated this girl, and she had this kid that she said was, I don't know, autistic, or I don't know what it was, but I took him fishing one time, and I caught a fish, and I said, "Hey, do you want to hold this?" And he took the fish and he just squeezed it as hard as he could and killed it. And man, after that I was like, okay, see you later. I don't know, I'm not gonna deal with that. That's just not good stuff right there. You grab the fish, first thing you think of is to kill it, and you give him anything you give me, just like, it's crazy stuff, man. I don't know what was going on. Yeah. Well, thanks, Juju Positive. Thank you, Kim Berger. New from Volusia County Fitness Channel. I don't know what that means. Anyways, hey, would you guys, where are all of you guys from anyways? I always wonder, but I don't ask all the time. Maybe don't say the city or anything, just say like the state or country or whatever. Because I know I have people watching all over the country. Wow, look at Kubi lives in Antarctica. That's incredible. UK, look at that. Welcome, Brittany. Life Unscripted, Ohio. Trump won, Florida. He did win Florida, though, didn't he? Oregon. Hey, look at that, Gigi. You're in my state. Hopefully you don't live in Portland. That's just, it's god-awful. Ontario, Canada. California. Ottawa. South Carolina. In Europe. Pennsylvania. Kentucky. Boston. Northern Ireland. Chicago. Wow, that's crazy. It's all over the place. Yep, I actually have people from Oregon watching. Amazing. But yeah, I might be on Court TV tonight again. But we'll have to see. I'm trying to figure out what I would be talking about, though. But, I mean, I know where the crime scene is. Most people don't. Most people out there are not aware of where the crime scene was and how it supports that he likely had an actual flat tire, because the camera, the license plate reader cameras, show him with a, one of the, I guess you call them donuts or spare tire on it, and how close she was from the road. Look at that, Georgia, Alabama, Western New York. You got Karma. Yeah, no, I like Vinny. Yeah. I mean, a long time ago, I wasn't really sure and everything, but about Vinny. But, I know, here's what the thing is. After you've been doing this for a long time, you realize how difficult it is to keep doing different cases. Like sometimes I get onto a case and I stick with it for a little bit of time, but a lot of times we're just doing one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's so difficult, and you don't really get to know the case absolutely amazingly in every little detail, etc. So, and then just being, communicating with him, he's a good dude. When did he say that, Misha? Yeah, anyways. And it seems like everybody's really professional over there. You call in, you have your camera set up, but then you kind of use your phone with earbuds, I think. And I think that's how it works. Oh, on today's podcast? Huh. Well, how did I get brought up on there? I don't know why you're muted, Joe Mom. I have no idea. But obviously you're not muted because I just responded to you. So again, it's 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12, 5 counts of sexual battery of a child aged 12 to 18. I don't understand the 18 part there. Do you? I mean, wouldn't it be 17? I mean, I know people still consider somebody that's 18, if you have them as your own, a child, but I mean, technically an 18-year-old's an adult, right? Most places. I mean, in the entire country, you can vote at 18, right? Oh, well, thanks, All In Tanks. I didn't realize what he was saying. Yeah, I've been on his show multiple times. I was on there for, Bright Again, Delphi, Idaho 4. What was the other one? Can't remember right now. Definitely a child, yet an adult. Right. The age of consent for sexual activity is 18 years old. Right, so why would 18 be in there then? It doesn't say under. It says 5 counts of sexual battery of a child aged 12 through 18. Seems like it would say 17, but anyways. 7 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation. 40 counts of unlawful possession of 10 or more images. So 40 counts of unlawful possession of 10. Wow, so that's 400, right? Because it's saying 40 counts of unlawful possession of 10 or more images depicting a sexual performance of a child. So that's 40 counts of 10 or more. That means he's got like 400 images. I mean, what a sick bastard. If I'm reading that right. Doesn't that make sense? Because each count, what the hell did I just do there? Each count is 10 or more images. So he has 40 counts of that. Stearns is scheduled for a court arraignment at 8:30 a.m. on April 2nd. Hopefully that one's televised. Or, at least streamed somehow. According to authorities, Stearns, who was supposed to drop the teen off at school, is believed to be the last person to see Soto alive when she went missing on February 26th. Her body was found in a wooded area in Osceola County on March 1st. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Osceola or... How do you pronounce that? Somebody type it in phonetically that... If I'm saying it right. I think it's Osceola, right? Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, well, people want to say that the mother had to know something. We don't know. If you guys listened the other night, we had a really good caller call in and really sort of went through how, the mother and how these people work and I don't know, you guys. I think it's possible that the when it happened, he said, hey, I don't know, man, I dropped her off and she's gone, but you know how police are, they're going to think I had something to do with it. So can you, we were drinking everything last night and then I got up and you couldn't do it, so I gave her a ride and can you help, and fed a story. That's why her story sounds the same each time, but then, it looks rehearsed because it's not really something that she remembered. It's just what she was told. And then she says, we dropped her off. I actually was wondering if, wouldn't that be interesting though if that's what it was supposed to be? That he wanted to say that she was with him. And so she said, we dropped her off, but then when she said he, even though that's the truth, that was a blunder on her telling of the story because he wanted to have them included together. So once he said he, but I don't know, because her original narrative to the police was that Stephan Stearns dropped off Madeline. So it seems kind of moot almost that on the interview she said we and then said, oh yeah, well he's the one that dropped her off. So, it's kind of a moot point a little bit because she already told police that Stephan Stearns did. He was able to abuse her because the mom was lacking in her protection. Well, I mean, see, we're having this whole debate right now about trust. You know, like we have people calling in saying, man, you should never trust a man ever with your children until you're married. And it's like, well, some guys get married so that they can do this, okay? So, I mean, at some point, it's sort of unfair to, I mean, I would say that 95%, or way more than that, like 99% of men out there are good people and aren't going to be doing anything like that, okay? So maybe you should look into your prospective boyfriends or spouses a little bit more behind the scenes, even though that feels like you're, you know, it's not trustworthy. You know, it's sort of the same thing. You know, when you do a prenuptial agreement, you know, and the woman goes, gosh, you don't trust me. You know what? It has nothing to do with trust, okay? It's ridiculous. Johnny Carson should have had a million of those. It's just about reality, okay? Because, hey, if it doesn't work out, why in the hell should you get half of something? Here's how I think it should work in reality. If you get married, you get to keep whatever you had when you were married, right when you got married. This should be the law. Anything gained after the marriage, doesn't matter who had the money that was making the money, then you might split that up, okay? But when you do these things where the person gets half of what they had before, don't you guys find that ridiculous? Literally? I mean, it's insane. What did you have to do with that? Nothing. You know, so it's kind of similar like that. Like it's this trust thing that people go, oh, you don't trust him. Well, if you look into the person, you don't have to tell them that you looked on Ben Verified or one of these other sites out there to see if they have a criminal history, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Where was she found? This is where she's found, right here. I'm not even sure I'm on the right. What case is it? This one? Oh yeah, it's right here. So there's hedges there now. Right here, basically right inside, well, a better way to look at it is if you go to Street View and you go right here. She was found right in between these two hedges, basically. Right there. Hey, make sure to hit that subscribe button, you guys, and the like button, because currently we only have 240 likes with 704 people. And if you guys aren't, you should go out and get on my Facebook page, which is Grant Hughes Investigates. Just go on there, because sometimes if you don't get notified, I always post my streams there, and then I say to everyone, so you'll always get notified when I put videos out specifically on my Facebook page. So it's Grant Hughes Investigates. Yeah, so let's hit that like button right now. I don't want to 2 and a 3 and a 4. Hit that like button. 5, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Hit that like button. 10, 20, 25, 30, 30, 35, 40, 45. Go right here. 60, 60, 75, 80, 85, 90. Oh! Hey, look at that. We only got like 70. In your live, going real life, and contacting people about this case. Huh? There's somebody in your live. What do you mean, contacting people? I'm not sure what you're saying. Who's this rumple idiot? Just get rid of these people, man. Hey, Paulette, you can remove people who say crap like that. Just get rid of them. I mean, we don't have time for whack jobs, right? Hey, thanks, Georgina Stoliker. You already did, you bastard? I don't know who you're referring to up there when you're saying somebody's going real live. I mean, I've tried to get a hold of other people that know Stephan Stearns. And you know, they just say they always thought he was. They thought I contacted a female who said that she thought he was, always thought he was incredibly creepy and was freaked out by him, and she didn't want to get into the reasons why she felt that way. If my husband is not in bed at night or something around, what? How can that happen? And then if my husband, well, maybe she was just sleeping. I mean, sometimes, like, I go to bed at some nights at 1 and my wife's been asleep is asleep at 10, and very rarely does she come walking in here going, hey, what's going on? How come you're out of the bed yet? Maybe they were up to midnight and they fell asleep, and then he takes off for a little bit of time, you know, and kills her somehow. And, you know, I don't know. You know, I think she probably died in the house. Don't you guys think that? Because if she didn't die in the house, why is he already dumping the laptop and backpack at 7:30 into a dumpster? That's her responsibility as a parent. What? Man, everybody just wants their pound of flesh against Jen. Now that they've arrested, Stephan, it's like, okay, what do we go after next? Yeah, the mom. Let's see what the evidence says, right? I mean, how come there's no charges yet at all against her? I mean, maybe they will charge her at some point for something. Maybe obstruction of justice if she intentionally fabricated a story. I could see that. The 8 o'clock, I keep saying it over and over again. Her saying she saw Madeline at 8 in the morning, which she didn't say in either of the 2 interviews, is a significant sort of piece of information that now is a statement trying to prove that Madeline was still alive at 8 in the morning. They haven't charged, I've been saying this on the show, that I believe that the reason they haven't charged him for murder yet is possibly, I mean, there's a couple reasons. That at the crime, when they found Madeline's body, there wasn't anything that just stood out as to how she died. Like, there was no ligature marks, etc. So they're relying on the toxicology report to give them further answers. It also could be that there are marks, like ligature marks, etc., but they can't tell who did it because there's no forensic information pointing to that. Like Stephen Stearns might be saying, yeah, no, I didn't do this, but I helped cover it up, you know, and they have no evidence to point to the mother either, so they're just kind of waiting for information to come in. I think the toxicology one, though, might be the answer. How do you know? Auto CDW. I mean, you would think that they would come back, but sometimes toxicology takes weeks. I would think that the autopsy's been complete, though. Yeah, I mean, the pregnant thing was something I started that on here. It was just a theory, thinking, okay, what changed? He was assaulting back in, 2022 for sure, 2023, and then all of a sudden, he moved out 3 months ago, and he's coming back. What changed? So he did move out. Now he doesn't think he can control the narrative. She's getting older. Or is it that, she was pregnant because of one of his assaults that he did? I mean, we don't know if there was another time he was up, a month prior to that, visiting. He just doesn't live there. And that would make it, there's no out if he is, if she's pregnant, right? Do you guys agree with that? There's no out. So if Madeline was pregnant, this is just a theory. There's no evidence at all of what I'm saying, but it's just a theory trying to explain why things changed. There is no out, because as soon as she's pregnant, hell, if she went on and had the baby, people were like, who the hell did this? If she has an abortion, who the hell did this? There's no chance that you can get out of this. So that would make sense to me. However, it could be that he felt like he didn't have control anymore, and he didn't know, he couldn't control her not saying anything. But what's strange to me is how it seems like they were still in this kind of a relationship, Jen and Stephan, right? I mean, she's consoling him over there, calls, like he's still the boyfriend, etc. I'm really confused about their relationship and how it really was. Was it him lying about various things? Maybe he moved out, but I don't know if he would ever move out, because moving out would mean he'd lose control. So it seems like she kind of wanted him to move out, so he moved out. It's really odd, isn't it? We don't know why they split, but they were doing this on and off again. Remember the one friend that I interviewed? He said that they kind of, this is typically how it went. Oh, and by the way, up there, hey, thank you so much, Annie. And she said, thank you for all your hard work, Gray, much appreciated. Well, wow, that's so generous of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just, it is hard. I mean, it's just constantly having to, like, this isn't incredibly difficult to, get a live stream going and talk about this, but all the stuff building up to where you have it all mapped out and figuring things out, that takes a long time. Jay Tharp said, sorry I'm late. I've been having issues, plus my daughter's heavenly birthday is this Friday, March 15th. This case is just horrible. I'm just saying. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jay Tharp. But, my brother's birthday, he passed away on March 13th, 1986. So that would be, that's tomorrow. So I guess that's 2 days prior. Investigators does not want to release that information. What information, Linda? Hey, you guys, consider becoming a channel member. I have inexpensive options on there where you also get access to the emojis. All these crazy emojis we got down here. Look at these. Bing, ding, ding. They all have a specific meaning, too. There's even more. There's like double that number there. There's tons of them. I feel like the mom had to have known about the assaults. Bet it's why they always broke up. Also, her media interview, she never once mentioned Maddie in past tense. I don't think she took part in that. Yeah, and Stephan only did it one time. But it was, if you're into the whole past tense thing, I'm not a past tense, I don't believe. I think after the fact it might be meaningful, but it's not meaningful prior to knowing anything. That's what's weird, put a 1, you guys, if you've seen a million cases where innocent people have used past tense. Or not, just cases. You don't use the word million that I put in there. I think it's just so common, it's unbelievable. It's probably your mind sort of negotiating the fact that you've seen them over and over and over, day after day after day, and now you don't see them for 3 or 4 days, and you're like, man, they were so, because it feels like that. They're gone. So people do say that. So it's awesome after the fact. I mean, I tell you what, these body language experts out there are incredible after the fact. You know how good I could be too? I mean, hell, I could pull up the here, watch this. Let me let's try to do it really fast. Where is this damn thing? Right here. All right, open this up. Pull it over to Stephan over here, right around in this area.
Lover.
Now notice how he's looking down here. Oh yeah, and then he glances up to try to reassure
And
the
so
interviewer.
where do you think she could
You see
possibly
that?
be?
Like he glances up.
this
Now
isn't-
look at now see how he's shaking his head right to left. Now what he's really doing is affirming the negative aspect of inside his internal struggle.
As I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
It is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off.
Okay, now notice right there his parsed lips. He's got the yeah. Come on, you guys. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's so easy to do after the fact. You take all the little things, and everybody always uses this thing. Well, what you need is the baseline. Okay, this is how they act when there's nothing. Okay, now after that we can extrapolate these. Yes, I was able to do the body language all by myself right there, using dexterity. It's amazing. Oh, there's a lot of spirit box. So listen, everybody, I am a spirit box expert myself. I'm not sure you're aware, but just listen to this. Did Stephan Stearns commit this crime? Let's hear what the spirits say. Oh, wow, that seemed more peaceful. Let's try that again. Hey, spirits, did Stephan Stearns commit these crimes? Oh, wait, at a hut? He did it at a hut. It was at a hut. Do it, little buddy. Skippy. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Match it. Oh, now do you hear at the end where it said batshit right at the end? Did you guys hear that part? Yeah. Listen, whenever there's a spirit box person out there, you should shun them every second they are trying to pretend that they're listening to something. It's total garbage. There is nothing relevant or interesting about what they're saying. Let me ask you something. If spirits were real, or let's say maybe spirits are real, but they're not talking on an app on a phone, right? Okay, so let's just say that a spirit was asked a question like, hey, could you tell me where Jimmy Hoffa buried his gold? And why does the spirit answer like this? And why doesn't the spirit sound like this? Well, he buried it on 14th Street in Madison, right behind the brick wall. I mean, how come they don't sound like that? And the reason they don't sound like that is because the person putting on the show for you guys is pretending it says something. All right, so it's like when it goes like this. Watch, listen. Wait, hold on. What? Oh wait, it said stupid in there. I heard it. It said stupid. Yeah, okay, because it is. Hey, thank you, Julia Morales. Thank you for the laughing. Right, yeah, it's insane, you guys. These people are absolute jokes, and people watch them as if it's so great. Now, look, I've lost 20 different viewers after I started cutting those down, because you know what they are? They are the spirit box readers. So here's what happens. Here's how it works. I'll be covering a case, and I'll be going over it, and I'll come up with something really rational and reasonable based on the facts available in the case. But inside the chat, you get these people that are spirit box readers listening. And then, of course, when they do their reading, it brings up a lot of the same things that we talked about, so it's reasonable. So it's like, ooh, now listen, ooh, ah, ah. And look at it, said right there, it said Bush or something. And it's just, everyone goes, wow, 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 that was so close, it was so close. Because all they do is work through a case like everybody else does, and then but assign the information to sounds they hear from spirits that don't really sound like what you're hearing at all, okay? Anyways, let's get back to the case. But hey, just a little side note there. I listen when there's no new info in the case. Yeah, but you shouldn't listen at all because you're supporting absolute garbage. And I think like the psychics and those kind of people that show up in cases are just Man, they give hope to family members that... I think it's disgusting, I'll be honest with you. Ooh, yeah, I did say that, right? But it must have meant something, Anita. It must have meant something. I know it is true. That's the thing, is what I'm saying on here is true. I'm not making up what I'm saying right now, but I try to do it in a way that's sort of humorous, you know, where... but anyways, Stephan Stearns, 60 new charges. He had at least 400 images of child pornography with him somewhere. And, man, he's just, he's garbage. God, that's not nice, Gray. Why would you refer to him as garbage? I mean, he's a person, too. No, he's absolute garbage, everybody. He's... Yeah. Do you know anyone with the letter M? Yeah, right. Wait, do you guys know somebody with the letter M or a B or a C in their name? Why, yes, I do. I know some. Do you know a Jim, or does a Jim know you? There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, this is where the crime scene is. And if you're sort of new here and you haven't seen how I derived this, we can go with like this image right here. It was from a, it's kind of it's not really a great way to view it, but that little blue spot right there is the same spot in this image right here. This is the crime scene photo that the sheriff put out there. And see how there's that opening right there? Now this doesn't look the same when you look at this because it's high up, but I can assure you that the helicopter footage that this came from, which is right here, I'll show it to you. I made a whole video on this. Now let's just move it forward near the end. All right. So you know what was interesting too is these ATVs showed up and they drove away because they already had the crime scene. So there's yellow tape right there. Okay, look. Yeah, let's just move it further. Right there. Okay, that's a good way to look at it. So see this right here? That's the light. See how bright that is right there? It's beaming this direction. There's two officers right here that walk around, and they come around right to there, and they point inside these hedges right there. And that's, I guess this is right where his car had the flat tire. So let's get down to that spot where those guys are walking. Yeah, right here. So we'll just show you. I want to prove it again on here. Yeah, I agree with that one, Elaine. Thank you. All right, see, here's that hedge right around the road there. It's just thicker now. Street view was a couple of years ago. This is bamboo, I believe. All right, so there it is, the same hedges. And if we go back a little bit, I can show you that those same two people are there. Let me see. Yeah, they're standing right there talking. I think it might be, I can't remember if it's that. Yeah, it's that person right there. These two people, the one in black and the one in the tan shirt at the bottom there, they end up walking back there. All right, so let's do that. I'll do that again. It comes around. There's all kinds of woods way back there. And they might have looked back there at one time, but look, there's the hedges. So that's I need to pause it right at that spot so you can really see it. Just a second. Ah, man, it's just brutal. Can't pause it quick enough. All right. So just look at it like that. And those cars are right out on the road. And those cars are on the road. It looks just like this. Okay? That's that opening. See that little opening right there? Watch this. Right there. Can you guys see that? Who made what? I don't know. A helicopter made this. I did a video putting together a while ago. You can look it through my videos where I showed you where the crime scene was. All right? So see how there is the opening right there, and then on Google Earth, that's the same one right there. And there's the road. The light they set up is about right here, and you'll see them walk around, and they'll be right in that area. And if you look with your eyes, which everybody does, they use their eyes to look at something, you'll see it's blue back there. There's a blue patch on the ground, even though it's dark. So let's play this part again. They come in. And look how right there, you see how there's something blue? It's dark because it's dark in there and it's dark outside. It's already getting dark outside at this time. That's why the light's up there. But they're looking right back in there. And if you notice, when they walk away, they both have their masks on. Hey, thank you very much, Carla M. And see, look at, they have their masks on and they're walking away. It's interesting how at this time, it's almost like they're trying to make sure the media isn't aware of where the crime scene is. Because I just absolutely, it is the crime scene. So look at this right here, or at least whatever these items are in that spot. So see this, now this is down low where you can see the opening. When you're looking at these shots that we were just looking at, right back here, it's high up so you can't see the opening. But if you go down to street view, again, like I was showing you, if you go right to here and turn, wow, that was pretty cool. Look how cool that is. I mean, this is a 3D version of Google Earth, but then if you go to street view, it doesn't even really change much. Watch this. Look at that, boom, right to that thing. And then you turn around and right there, it's thicker now, but there's still that opening. Thank you, Kathy Chapin. Okay, so is everybody on board with that, or do you still think it's a mile and a half away in the woods somewhere? I think this right here, that's bamboo, right? I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. I mean, I don't know if it's bamboo or some other tree that looks like bamboo, but if you go down to street view again and you zoom in, you know, that's exactly what this stuff looks like right there. And but the photograph was taken from the other side, exactly where those two guys were standing. All right, so there we go. We have that, and that does make it seem more likely that he really did have a flat tire. He was panicking probably. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! And that's why he put her so close to the road like that. Because look where this road ends up going. Watch this. Goes around, goes around, goes around, goes around. And then right here, look at this area. Man, that would have been a spot where, you know, out in the middle of nowhere that he could have put her and likely would never have found her. Hell, maybe there's even alligators and crap in this pond here. Who the hell knows? But look at that. Goes right around and maybe in here. Of course, you know, then there's a highway over there. So maybe he came in that direction. So I don't really know exactly how he got there because he came from up here. And it's possible he came around and then, let's see, how do you get off of that road there? Does that turn? Let's see. So right there, yeah, you could just come down here and take hickory tree right there. Take that right, and that road takes you all the way so around. So maybe he was parked backwards on this side of the road. But he also could have easily came this direction. I think this one's shorter though. But I guess he could have came down here and cut through some of these neighborhoods and then up like that. Oh, they're going to use clips from my interviews? Sweet. Awesome. They should. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how, I mean, I have a video out there that with 2 hours of interviews with friends, 4 different people, and nobody's even seen it. I mean, it's only got like 20,000 views. You know, which isn't very many when you consider some people watch, like 200,000 views on a video about nothing. And yeah, it's 2 hours, but it's real stuff, you guys, real stuff. You should take a look. Your new friend, that poor baby, hey, from Oklahoma, what's it say? Your new friend, that poor baby, at least now she's in the arms of Jesus. I think the mom and the monster got into it, and he left, and the mom lost it. And then, I think I need to make that fit better up there. And the monster got into it, and he left, and the mom lost it, and then she calmed. Now, what do you think they got into it about? I mean, what are you talking about? Hey, well, cool, Annie. Yeah, I think everybody should listen to all the interviews. I have, like, just the same photographs rotating around on the screen during them. They're interesting, but you should just listen to the interviews. Oh, really? Well, yeah, it was cool. I might be on their show later this evening, Dee Dee, again. The biggest downfall of a true psychopath is their delusions of being the smartest guy in the room. Their lack of self-introspect catches them always. Yeah, well, that's... I just noticed that we have heard a lot of the Stearns friends, but no... Yeah, I haven't heard any well, the reason I've spoke with 4 friends is they contacted me underneath the videos. Like they said, hey, I'm one of his friends. And I guess I messaged them saying, hey, can I interview you? And they definitely came on, so. Well, thanks, Cake Tales and Convos. Let's see. Maybe we could do, what are we at right now on the stream? That's great. Great, Gray. I hope to see you on Court TV. Hope that happens. Yeah, well, let's see. They were supposed to send me an email. Let's see. There it is. The new charges. Not sure when I'm on. Let's see. Oh, I'm at the... I don't know. Not sure when I'm on. Oh, there it is right there. The murder of Madeline Soto, Florida, I guess. I'm one of them. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. So we'll see how it goes. Sometimes you get kind of nervous doing these shows. Thank you all for being here and supporting the channel. Yep. Mine on YouTube video and said she was a friend of Jennifer. Well, did you respond and say, give Gray a call? Looks like 5 o'clock-ish. Something like that. They're East Coast, right? Yeah, so 5 o'clock. What do you mean, what did you miss? Well, there's 60 new charges against Stephan Stearns, but they're all sexual related charges. It's kind of like Keegan Kline, you know, how you got all those charges on there and it keeps him in jail. It makes it so he's not going to be getting out until they really lock in. Like they could have already charged him with murder if they felt like they had if they didn't really have much else. But they've already got him on so many other things that are provable that it doesn't really matter. They can leave him in there until they absolutely... I mean, what's incredible about this situation is, you know, normally when you do a probable cause, you know, you have to get in there and you have some time and then you develop a case and then boom, charges are filed. It takes a while sometimes, but in this case, man, they can do it pretty quickly with little evidence. But in this case, they have them on other charges where they can get all kinds of search warrants and just nail it. They can take as much time as they want, as a matter of fact, at this point. I mean, he can just sit there, because he's not getting out of there on the current charges for a long time. I mean, ever, really. I mean, he could be in prison for the rest of his life on the current charges. So, they have all the time in the world to put together a case based on search warrants, etc., that he cannot get out of, if they can put one together. Yep, make sure to hit that like button, you guys. We're only at 83 likes with 869 people watching. It's really easy to do when you go into somebody's live stream and just out of courtesy, hit the like button. It's one of the easiest things in the world. You literally just take your thumb or your index finger. If you're handless, you can use your nose. You can use your forehead if it's, if you can kind of just angle it just right. Whatever it takes. He may have placed her close to the other people in that other case to make it look like they kidnapped her. Oh, no, I don't think so. It's far. It doesn't look like that. I mean, that would mean he would have absolute knowledge of those people. Ding, 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 ding. We're getting some anti-diarrhea pills for Chloe. She's just not doing good. So maybe she's getting that Imodium. Who knows? I heard a shout out to channel. Hey, well, cool. I don't know. I'll have to go listen to it. Even though he factory reset his phone, they have been able to extract a lot of pictures. Well, it could be maybe they were on the cloud or on a computer as well. He had something on his phone, the video. Yeah, so I guess if he just factory reset it, he wouldn't have had a lot of time to write over it. That's why Keegan Kline was a little bit more clever when he deleted stuff off his phone. He would uninstall, delete, uninstall apps over and over again, so it would rewrite over segments. So when he factory reset it, it probably it doesn't wipe everything. It eventually starts writing over a lot of stuff. Maybe they were able to retrieve that. Although I'm not exactly sure what the factory reset does. If it literally formats all the various hard drives in there, then that would be pretty difficult. Well, you gotta get here on time. You're probably watching something else, JJ. But like I said before, you guys should go and join my Grant Hughes Investigates Facebook page, because I post all my videos on there and I tag everyone, so you won't miss being notified on those. And I try to do that on a lot of the live streams, but not every one of them. I don't know. I don't know what the mom. I'm not in the mob against the mom. I don't know what her. The only thing that I've seen so far that I'm really like, whoa, is the 8 that she saw Madeline 8 in the morning. Didn't mention that in either of the 2 interviews, and that's proof of life at 8. But I think it's obvious that Madeline isn't alive at that time, because Stephan Stearns at 7:30 is throwing away the laptop and backpack into the garbage can. And if it turns out that they can determine that Madeline died way earlier in the morning, then, man, that means it's an intentional deception, and that would be obstruction of justice right there. But the story she's been telling seems like something that Stephan gave her. I'm just wondering what you know, Jennifer would have to look like for people to not have been just jump on her case so quick. I mean, I get it. Like, if you'd like to think in the similar situation that it just never would have happened in your house, right? Like, oh, just it never happened here. But we had, you know, Mama She 13 called in, and she was married to somebody who was doing crap like that to her own kids. I mean, like, literally the father of the children, not a stepfather, nothing, bio dad. Or maybe she did say it was, I don't remember now if that was a... So I don't know. I think you guys, I think a lot of people, they always think that because it would never happen to them, therefore somebody else is horrendous. And it makes them feel good. Like, oh man, it would never happen to me, so we got to bash her so that I'll feel good because I know it'll make me think that I'm right when I say it'll never happen to me. It's again, it's sort of similar to the hot car death thing, where people, you know, you have your child in the back seat, you're driving around, and then something distracts you. You're like, oh my god, and you run into the house and you're doing something really quick, and you forgot about your child, and people go, well, I'd never do that. But the people that it happens to have said the exact same thing. It was just sort of a momentary loss of focus onto something else, and you go, you never forget your kids. Right. You never forget your kids, but sometimes you have a memory, like you think, oh yeah, no, you know, your mind's thinking you brought them into the house and you didn't do it. You know, and we're not robots, so weird shit happens out there. I think that's way more rare actually than this. I think that this kind of stuff that we're seeing in this case is scarily common in our country. Don't you agree? I mean, we've had like way too many cases like this. It's ridiculous. Hey, thank you. You know they exist. Proud to be a fellow American able to partake of this great channel, GHI. You truly rock, the bedrock of America. Hey, well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's what the boyfriend told her. Now, what about the 8 o'clock in the morning sighting? See, that's her own thing there. That's where I've been saying on my show that 8 o'clock sighting at 8 in the morning when she saw her daughter getting ready for school, that is concerning because that's her own addition to the story, not Stephan Stern's. I think Mom is kind of an obvious person. He was so scared in the interview because she was putting some things together in her mind for the first time. Well, that one was first, though. The second interview was the one where he's sitting in the chair in the background. That's where it felt like he was an overwatcher, right? Didn't it seem like that? At that time, he's back there sort of hovering, listening, waiting to correct something that just didn't quite match the story. Now, does anybody remember it was like a press conference a couple years ago with another parent. He was like a skinny white guy with short hair, and his wife was with him. And then there was a detective, a black guy that was a detective. I'm just trying to describe so you remember what and this guy was literally the worst. I mean, you wouldn't even have to be a body language expert. It was ridiculous. It was about their child who went missing and was found dead. It was just incredible. But the detective kept looking at him like, oh, dude. While he was talking, you could see he was angry. He knew. Hey, welcome, Edith Wilson. G'day, Gray and Freak. Missed the beginning, but we'll watch later. Yeah, I'll just to catch up. It's pretty simple. I'll just tell you really quick. Hold on. Right there, maybe. Yeah. So 7 Stearns have been charged with 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12, 5 counts of sexual battery of a child aged 12 to 18. I don't understand the 18. Maybe somebody can explain that. 7 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation, and then 40 counts of unlawful possession of 10 or more images. So that means it's 400. All right, because they're saying one count would be 10 or more images depicting a sexual performance by a child. And now there's 40 counts of that. I think that's kind of weird, though. Like, it's obviously, they must have put that law in there so that they can have that many counts. I mean, why isn't it 8? Then you could have them on 50, right? Yeah. Huh? Let's see. I'm not sure what happened there, but Zoe Bay said, I think he was talking about narcissists. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, I see. You're trying to, yeah, everybody. Here's the thing. Everybody's a narcissist if you are somebody that's confident about something. Okay, everybody? You are a narcissist if you're confident about something on social media. It's probably the most overused term in the history of social media. Don't you agree with that? Everybody's a narcissist. That's what I thought. Over 400. Yeah, so that's got to be what that means. It's over 400. They should just switch it to 8. Then you could get them on 50. Red for the bracket cutoff. Yeah, but why wouldn't it say 12 to 17? 5 counts of sexual battery of a child aged 12 to 17, I would think it would say, but maybe it means to the age of 18. Maybe that's what that means, like 12 to the age of 18, like right before, like 17 and 364. Now, no murder charges yet, but all of these charges keep him in jail for a long time, where they can just take their time and put together almost an entire case. Like if he was in there for 5 months or something, let's say, on these, because he's not going to get out on these right here. I mean, no judge would ever let this guy out. Well, maybe if you were in California, they would let you out. You know, just give you a few drugs, let him read a Bible or something. You know, because criminals think if you read a Bible, you're good. Hey, I started reading the Bible. I remember Dahmer saying that in the Stone Phillips episode. Yeah, I've really been reading the Bible a lot now. Yeah, I tell you what, Dahmer, God doesn't give 2 craps that you read 1 page out of that thing. But yeah, if it makes you feel better. Let's see. No, not Texas. Sorry. Let's see. This case qualifies for the death penalty even without the... I should have said San Francisco would have let him out. He's just another day there. New subscriber here. I don't think she had anything to do with it because it wouldn't have been reported so quickly. I think she was talking. She wasn't meaning herself. She means as a unit. Yeah, that's what I said. The we means like, you know, us. I've said that on the show before. Like, hey, yeah, we put out a video because I feel like we're a family on this channel. So it's just kind of like a we. You know, when I have income that comes into the channel. Without you guys, I don't get the income because a lot of it's the super chats, and you know, sometimes when there's big cases like this, the ad revenue kicks in. But you guys are what keep us going month in, month out, and without that, the income that I make, I wouldn't be able to give as much as we give. I mean, we've given since January 2020 $188,900 from the income from the channel to various true crime related charities, a DNA fund, and a scholarship fund. So that, you know, without that, I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's like we're a family unit of freaks, because that's what we're called. All right, we are the freak family. And if you're wondering why people say freak in here, well, that's the answer right there. Do you think keeping her silent? I don't know what the ADA is. I'm not sure what you're referring to. What was the total amount coming in? Oh, it's obviously more than that. Yeah, because I make an income on the channel too. Yeah, I donate about, I don't know, usually around 50% of the net revenue that comes in. So maybe 33% of the entire income, gross income that comes in. I think that's pretty ridiculous. You know, I'm not a charity intake company, but that's just what I do because I feel like you should give back. And there's other creators out there that bring in a hell of a lot more than this channel, and they give absolutely nothing. But they can do whatever they want. You know, it's okay. The bishop said here appreciating GH from Wales. All right, I reckon they don't use the word reckon in Wales. Come on, do they have a place called Texas? And I reckon Jen was suspicious of the abuse, but never believed Stephan would be capable. Look at that! Come on, you guys, isn't that a little fishy? Here appreciating GH from Wales, UK. I reckon. Come on, man. I don't mean to be too sleuthy there, but that just... Let's see. British people absolutely say reckon. Oh, how do you say it? I can't picture it. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Let's see. I reckon Jen was suspicious of the abuse, but never believed Stephan would be capable of this. Yeah, I mean, it could be something like that. Maybe there was times where she wondered. Do we have any ideas about why doesn't have any charges? Stephan Stearns doesn't have any charges before this. He just got away with it. I mean, there's always a first time a pedophile's arrested, right? Sometimes they're 19, sometimes they're 28, sometimes they're 36, sometimes they're 42, sometimes they're 51. You know, it's just whenever you get arrested, you get arrested. And some of the other stuff apparently was when he was a kid. He may have a hidden camera in the home bathroom. Yeah, maybe. I'm not jumping at her. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's, yeah, April Rain's always been, we're kind of in the same boat, I think. Yeah, you guys say reckon over there? Sounds like something like in the South. Well, I reckon we should be... Reckon we should go to the servo. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Ah, man. You know, it's hilarious in the Delphi case, if you're anybody that's following that, this YouTuber who had nothing to do with anything, but his name was mentioned on a document. He wrote this thing trying to include himself into the case. It's just, people are ridiculous, you guys. Yep, I reckon so. Yeah, we say reckon, but more written than spoken. Isn't that incredible? That guy had absolutely nothing to do with it. He didn't even write that document. It's just unreal, unreal. You really talk like that? Just said that in my head. People are ridiculous. Yes, yes. I often say things that people were just thinking. Sometimes I say stuff and people type it in right after I say it. She was married to someone else. Who? Yeah, well, obviously that's how she has another kid, right? I'm about a country cast they come. Oh, country as they come. Hey, look at that. I used girl code that time. I figured it out. I reckon what creator... yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So it says, despite it being a reset, officers were able to access the phone. Oh, yeah, so let's read this part. According to the February 29th arrest affidavit, during the investigation into Soto's disappearance, investigators reported sitting down for an interview with Stearns, who gave them permission to search his phone. Well, of course he did. Oh, I did a factory reset. But he said he had accidentally performed a factory reset. Man, I think the odds of accidentally doing a factory reset, setting your phone, is the same as doing a Rubik's Cube accidentally. Like if you got a Rubik's Cube with your eyes closed and starting going, oh, look at that, it's solved. I mean, my God, you have to go through about 15 different things and hit buttons, right? It's insane. So it says right here, it says, despite it being reset, officers were able to access the phone and allegedly found several explicit photos and videos of a young girl that appeared to have been recorded in the Kissimmee home he shared with Soto and her mother. So they weren't able to, like, see, apparently, eyes and whatnot, but they couldn't tell, maybe, perhaps, that it was absolutely her. I don't know, I think they could. I think this article here likely hasn't read the... well, it doesn't actually name Madeline. They said that the sheets and different materials were exactly the same items that were found in the Kissimmee house, or apartment, I guess. The arrest affidavit did not identify the victim in Stearns. That's right, it didn't. Sexually battered, but it was obvious. Other than to say she was a girl born on February 22nd, 2011, which just happens to be her birthday. He is accused of abusing her at least 2 times in August of 2022 when she was 11 and again when she was 12. The affidavit results in the first 3 charges filed against Stearns. Let's see. Details of the new charges were not immediately released. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So even according to, during the investigation of Soto's disappearance, yeah, despite it being reset, officers were able to access the phone and allegedly found, you know what, I bet Stearns is an idiot, because here's what he probably did. He probably had an SD card on his phone, like most people do, and he factory reset his phone, but he forgot about the SD card. A la Jodi Arias with her camera and that damn SD card that she thought the water would destroy, but it just didn't do it. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Yeah, maybe there was something like that. I don't know if there was iCloud. Could have been. I know, that's so fortunate. Because without that, what would be going on right now? Would he still be walking around? Oh, I think I'm on top chat. Whenever you come into a live show, make sure to put it on live chat. If you put it on top chat, you miss other people's comments. I'm not sure what YouTube does or how it determines what a top chat is, but because wouldn't you consider your comment always the top chat? Hey, my comment was better than that. And also we have a GHI The Missing Facebook group too. It's for missing persons. Zozo pretty much runs that one there. Yes, the cloud holds all backup of his phone. Huh? How come I can't see people you're talking to? Oh. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What records did you give me? I think Jen was telling the truth in her interview, but suspected he might have done something to Maddie. Maybe, yeah, that's what people seem to think. I just was in there. In where? Love seeing new faces in chat. Friendly reminder, we stick to facts and be sure to state opinions as that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was on Ben Verified. Let's see, what does it say? The girl looked pregnant. Well, I mean, does the girl look pregnant because you've heard the theory and you think she might be pregnant? Or does she really look pregnant? I mean, like, how do we know that she looks pregnant? I mean, sometimes kids are a little pudgy or whatever. I mean, I really can't say. That's just a theory that I have. I don't have any evidence. I can't say I look at her and go, oh my God, she looks pregnant. That's never been anything I've even considered. I purely opine the theory based on why things change right at the end. Past three friends are talking and stuff, and they're saying it's horrible. This guy has been up to no good. Past friends are talking, and the stuff they're saying is horrible. Okay, what friends? Are you talking about different people than the ones I've talked with, or? I haven't seen anybody talking about minors. And none of the interviews I've had did they say that. They said he liked... Well, yes, he did say in one interview, it turns out the girl was 14, but he said she was 18. Right? Remember that one? So I guess that is part of one of the witnesses. Forgot that one. It was an Asian girl that he dated that he said was 18. I think Chase said, oh, we don't want her to, we don't allow her to come in. And then later on it turns out that girl got a hold of them during this and said, oh, I was only 14 or 15 at that time. Yeah. Something definitely changed when she turned 13. I think she told someone or told her mom everything. Maybe, I don't know if, I mean, yeah, something changed where she needed to be. Well, here's the thing. We don't know how she died yet. So it could be that he just did what he normally did and drugged the mom, maybe, drugged her, and then he did his thing. Like, are they, on these videos, is she awake in the videos? That's something I'd want to know. But he probably drugged them. And what if this time, I'm just saying a what if, this time the drug actually ended up killing her based on maybe there's a combination of something else. And then all the rest of the stuff is the cover-up portion. So it could be something like that, right? I mean, you can't rule that out. And that's just, to me, it's just as bad. I mean, it's like, it's still a felony murder because that means in the commission of committing a felony, drugging her and maybe, committing sexual acts, if they can prove that she died, and that would still be felony murder. I think anytime there's a new law, you get the benefit of the like if it's new, you get the benefit of not having, I mean, you don't get to go back and be charged because the cutoff was 12 and you did something before. I don't know how to explain it. Like the grandfather situation is a benefit to the offender But then if you put a new law in, you can't go back and get them for things that were under a different law at that time, because that new law, well, I don't know. I've seen it discussed two different ways before, so. Hey, thanks Elaine McKenzie and Cake Tales and Convos. Cake Tales? I like chocolate cake, by the way. I mean, who doesn't like just chocolate cake? Nothing else, you know? Elaine McKenzie. He had dodgy shit on his phone in his 20s. Yeah, so we remember all that stuff, right? When he was doing the Chase interview had interesting stuff in it, where he was filming his roommate's girlfriend in the shower, etc., right? Hey, wow, thanks Crystal, aka Beaver Gaming sub Crystal. The longest name in YouTube history. Hey freak, stopping by to make Grace smile. Well, reading your name off always makes me smile. I mean, look at that name, you guys. I mean, just look at that down there. It goes on, it almost hits the end of the page. It's Crystal, aka Beaver Gaming sub Crystal. Okay. I guess her son put that on there. Yeah. Yeah, but if it changes after, let's say somebody commits a crime and then the law changes, like for example, if you commit a murder in 1920 and you get the death penalty, or not, let's to 1920, Jesus. Let's say you commit a murder in 1999 and you get the death penalty, and then in 2020 they change the law where there's no more death penalty in that state. They don't go, well, you got charged under 1999. I don't know why I said 1920. Are you kidding me? Yeah, if you got a death penalty in 1864, and then in back then though, when you got sentenced, you got exacted the punishment like within a day. I mean, it was insane. Well, you're arrested. Okay, trial in a week. Okay, you're guilty. Good night. Yeah, it was just over. Do you believe Stephan shared the photos and videos? I think it's very possible that he shared the... See, that's where that other person, the Santa Claus guy, theory comes into place. Like, here's how they put that into place. So that other guy that lives in the blue house, was it Cox or something? They... you could say that Stephan Stearns was sharing that information, and then once he got arrested, they realized that it was going to lead back to them, so one of them took their own life, and it's all connected somehow, right? Or it just could be that there was more pedophiles in the area. Why do you keep telling somebody over and over that you sent it to me, Zozo? I don't understand why you keep saying the same thing, like 10 times. Are you not getting the answer, Reptile? It's like she's typed in the same sentence 15 times already. Yeah, I don't see anything. So when you say you sent it to me, I don't see it sitting here. Alright, let's see. He wasn't charged yet with sharing or trafficking, and it doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is what the situation is right now. Obviously, she had a child with somebody else. Jennifer did, right? And now she's been with Stephan Stearns for like 8 years, according to the last guy that I interviewed. Yeah, maybe he's using Dropbox. I mean, that's what Keegan Kline was using in the Delphi case. Hey, put a 1 in here if you're somebody who is not aware of the Delphi case at all, of Abby and Libby. I just want to see, because right now we'll probably have mostly people into the, the Stephan Stearns, Madeline Soto case. He was charged, charges on him after October 23rd law change. I don't know. I don't see. I mean, she may have sent it to me a few days ago. I don't see it right this second though. And to me, it wasn't one of those earth-shattering, pieces of information about, like, she was married to somebody else before. What does it have to do with this case? Anybody? Hey, thank you, kindness and grace. Yeah, I kind of remember that. It just wasn't something that was like, hey, everybody, look at her old marriage record. Yep, she had a child with somebody else. We all knew that. Stephan Stearns, for some reason, they called the stepfather, but it's just a boyfriend. The document that was put out said that she was that he was a stepfather, which is weird, right? The police arrest affidavit, or whatever, arrest warrant, said that he's the stepfather, which we know he wasn't, right? Can't believe all of a sudden the trial is going to be in May. Oh, I'm pumped. Yeah. Delphi trial is now in May of this year. They requested a speedy trial. It's going to happen. Of course, there's a hearing on his two attorneys and their non-existence of ethics. What the heck? Amy Higg? Boom! Hi, Gray and Freaks popping in to say hello, hoping everything is doing well. No, they're not married, though. They're not married. Yeah, I mean, if they were married, they wouldn't be ever refer to my boyfriend picked her up. That would never come out of anybody's mouth. They're not married. Now, if you can show me a record of that, Reptiles, whatever the hell your name is, just send the, email it to me. Well, email it to me, LynnGMG. We'll check it out. But how's it going, Amy Higg? How are the classes going? You'll be guests on the show at some point. I'm gonna be on later, yep, on Court TV. So pretty soon I'm gonna take off and kind of just chill out and get ready for that, I guess. But and who filed the new motion today? And by the way, see, this channel here isn't a one case channel, okay? So I know it might be frustrating for people that only want to, talk about Madeline Soto every second, but sometimes somebody brings something up and, we have, a wide range of cases that we cover here. So it could be basically anything. I don't think and I guarantee it, Vinny's the same. He has the same, they cover millions of cases over there. If you were on his channel and you asked him something, he'd talk about that for a second. Can you turn down the music? Oh, yeah, it's probably a little too loud. I like having it about like that. Well, send me the email, Lynn. You have the document, right? I heard people say I checked the S registry list and he wasn't on it. So that just means not caught yet. Right. Yeah, Stephan Stearns has not been arrested or charged with any similar crimes of any kind. He finally just got caught. And his friend said he was really good at computers and things like that. So maybe he was particularly good at hiding things, although, so do you guys think that this is something that happened? I don't think that this was premeditated so as much now. So that whole thing about her being pregnant doesn't seem as likely, I guess. Because it seems like there's a lot of stuff that just sort of wasn't thought out, right? Like, boom, he's throwing stuff in a dumpster at the apartment, and he's driving around, and he factory resets the phone right then. I mean, wouldn't he factory reset it a week before or something to make it look somewhat legitimate? Instead, he factory resets it that day, and then he's driving around, her body's still in the car when he's coming back, and then it just doesn't feel too planned. I mean, I guess it still could be that, because maybe he said to her, well, I think I might be pregnant, and he freaked out on a spur of the moment. He wasn't going to do anything, but so I guess that's still in play there. But it could just be that she's saying, I heard that what you're doing isn't really, I got the documents, you don't need to send it. Fig Solve sent them. Wow, we might have to go over that whole damn thing later, I guess. This is from Motion to Compel and Request for Sanctions. Comes now the accused Richard Allen. Okay. So now they're trying to get sanctions against the prosecution. Man, it's just so stupid. It's turned into an absolute joke, Yeah, he could have made a snuff film. I mean, that sounds ludicrous when you say it, but since the Delphi case, we've learned so many different things out there that's actually something that people desire, is that type of a video of children, which is just, I don't even know what kind of punishment you could do that would seem fair to a person that wants to even look at a child being killed somehow. You should be like, tarred and feathered and then quartered. I mean, I don't even know what the hell, it's just, you're somebody that's an abomination to mankind. Yeah, and if that's the case, then that brings in, okay, he puts it on a server, and now is that the server, the Blue House people? I mean, you can't say that's impossible, but it's a stretch to immediately make that sort of the center point of any kind of a show or discussion. Let's see. Yeah, well, he's supposed to be good. Yeah, remember how stupid that was he put the hidden folder out on the main network folder. That's where he put the videos that he filmed at that house. But obviously, to be able to use networks and things, he knew something. He probably just didn't think anybody would look at it. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta get this. All right, yeah, that was Court TV was trying to get me set up for later. I think they're waiting on toxicology reports, and they can take weeks. Yep, I'm going to be on with Vinny. I'm not sure what... I'm just going to be talking about the case. I guess we just respond, kind of like we do here. So that should be cool. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to get going here. I want to get ready for the show and just kind of chill out. And then we'll do another show later this evening after that, though. Okay? So maybe like 6 or 6:30 my time. You know, give me a couple minutes after it. I think it's 5 o'clock, sorry, my time, but it's 8 o'clock East Coast. I'm on the West Coast in Oregon. Not Oregon, everybody. It's not Oregon. It's Oregon. Right? Like almost Origun. Oregon. Or almost like Origin. Oregon. Like that. Alright, so make sure to say that. I always wear the hat because that's part of my, that's my look on TV, I guess. I don't have to have the hat on, but people would go, "Who the hell's that?" Like I said before, I had a booth at CrimeCon twice now, and one year when I had a booth, I didn't have a hat on or anything, and people were like, Morph turned to me and said, "Gray, nobody's going to recognize you. You don't have your hat." And then I put my hat on, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Gray, what's going on?" You know, it's stupid. But I guess that's the reality. I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, I haven't worn my hat on here multiple times. Maybe I'll do it on the later show tonight, okay? We'll see how that goes. All right, well, thank you to Kathy Berger, and then Juju Positive joined the channel again, and Kim Berger, another super chat, and Brittany became a new member. Welcome. Just Ann Oki, Mountain Jam 71, 29 months. Just Ann Oki's been 3 months. Thank you. Just Ann Oki super chat. Georgina Stoliker, Annie with a cat eye donation, which is 50 or more. Jay Tharp, Julia Morales. This is when people were laughing at my EVP, I guess, or Spirit Box. Elaine McKenzie, Carla M, Kathy Chapin, Cake Tales and Convos. You know they exist. Edith Wilson, Kylie, Kami, Kathy Chapin, Georgina Stoliker, gifted a membership. Thank you. And then Cake Tales and Convos, D. Moss, 8 months. Thank you very much. Elaine McKenzie, Crystal, a.k.a. Beaver Gaming Sub Crystal, the longest name in YouTube history. And then Kindness and Grace, and then Amy Higg right at the end there. I don't know what she responded about how her schooling's going, but she's getting into like forensic stuff. So thank you very much, Amy Higg, and everybody else for supporting the channel. Make sure to check back in throughout the month. Maybe at the end of the month, the last day of the month, we do our final donation night where we have one last push, and then we donate from the income from the channel thousands of dollars to various places out there. And we make a difference here. So there you go. And we'll see you tonight on Court TV. Hopefully I don't mumble and stumble around. Sometimes you get kind of nervous on there. Who knows? But anyways, we'll see you guys later, and we'll do a show after that. All right? So that's it. Maybe we can talk about what we talked about on there, but I can also read this Delphi document that was put out too. That might be pretty interesting. All right? So thank you. We'll see you guys later. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and hey, join my Facebook group at Grant Hughes Investigates, and we'll add you in there. Thanks again, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5.
And a 6, and a 7, and an
crime
8.
thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector,
Interceptor, and a needle that I spangle with a vector.
on his pector.
With all respect, y'all,
Just remember, I have a temple fucking
conjecture. I have no agenda, I'm a bartender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya
on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you.
Good night, everybody.
Well, no, I'll be back later.
Oh yeah, I mean, see you later, everybody.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Mary Lou. Okay. All right. See you guys later. And be safe out there.